Shalom. This is how Wood. I got this book. I had it for a minute, and I want to read something to y'all. I want to see who out of us is gonna notice what I noticed. This is the book. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just turn the camera. This is the book. It is Tales of the Little People. If you notice, the lady is colored. She's indigenous. 8 Native American legends of elves, dwarves, and fairies. Let me find it. Cut on my footage because I walked into a pipe. It hurt it too. Alright, so it's called Morningstar Loses Her Fish. Alright, I'm gonna just keep it like this and read this to y'all. I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm reading, and whoever's really paying attention, I want you to leave me a comment and let me know, did you get did you catch it? I'm not gonna give no hints or anything. I just want to see if you caught the important part in this whole story. Morningstar loses her fish. Once the little people, the Indian fairies, ran with the red children, that's us, through the woods and played with them beside the streams. Now they are not oftenly seen, for the white man drove them out of the woods with the Indians and away from the waters with their big steam noises. They're talking about them steamboats and their factories. So that's another thing too. We were close to the waters, and the waters are refreshing, and they also carry memories. But before steamboats and great mills were on the streams, the little people were there. They were often seen paddling their tiny canoes or sliding down the great rocks on the banks. They loved to slide down the bank where one rock jutted out, for then they had a big bounce, or it's like a slide. They also liked to sport and jump with the fishes. There was a young Indian girl whose name was Morningstar. She was called Morningstar because her face was so bright, and she was always up in the morning. So her face was so bright because she was light skinned. That's what that is, because she was light complected. Not because light came from her face, just because she was light complected. Alright. Morningstar lived with her father in a comfortable wigwam by a river. Every day she would get up with the sun and run down to the river where the great rocks were to catch fish for breakfast. Morningstar caught her fish in a basket at night. She would go and fasten her basket between 2 rocks in a narrow place of the stream. Then, when the fish swarmed through in the night, they would get caught in it, and Morningstar would find plenty of fish waiting for her in the morning. She would take the basket of fish back to the wigwam, and soon the smell of fish frying on hot coals would come from the lodge. Never since Morningstar began to fish with her basket, her chief little wolf, her father, had to wait for his fish breakfast before starting on the chase. But one morning, neither Little Wolf nor Morningstar breakfasted on fish. This is how it happened. On the morning, the Indian girl was up as usual with the sun. She ran down to the river. Listen, this is where you need to pay attention. This whole page right here, this is the important part. She ran down to the river just as the Great Spirit lifted up the sun's smiling face. The Creator, he lifted up the sun, right? Just putting it out there. Morningstar had such a light heart that she was glad just to be alive. This is how we should be, but we not. And she sang a song of praise. As she ran, she gave praises to the Most High. All true Indians, at sunrise, lift up their arms and faces to the sun and thank the Great Spirit that He has smiled upon them again. It's not talking about them praising the sun. They're lifting up their arms and their faces, praising the Most High for giving them another day of life. Happy and fleet as a deer. Morningstar ran on until she came to the great rocks. There she saw a whole tribe of tiny little folk gathered about her basket. Some of them were perched on the side of the basket, laughing and singing. Others were lifting the fish from it and throwing them into the stream. Still others were opening and closing the splints of the basket for the fish to slip through. Morningstar knew that these tiny folk were the Joga'a. She knew also that these little people were friends of the fish. They knew every twist of the fish net and every turn of the hook. Often they have been known to set fish free and to guide them into the deep, quiet places, far away from the men who fish. So these little people used to help the fish stay away from fishermen and people that catch fish. Morningstar called to the little people and begged them not to let all the fish go. She began to climb down the rock as fast as she could. The little chief called up. The little chief called up to her. Listen, I want y'all to hear this. The little chief called up there. This is the chief of the Joga'a, right? Listen what he did. The little chief called, so that means they are intelligent, not animals like these people were telling us. Called up to her. Listen to what he says. Fish, like Indian girls, like to be alive. The little chief called up to her. Fish, like Indian girls, like to be alive. Then he told the little people to keep on setting the fish free. When Morningstar reached her basket, a few fish were still in it. She put out her hand to take them from the little people, and not a fish nor a Joga'a was to be seen. The little people had darted into the rocks, for they go through anything, and the fish had slipped through the tiny spaces between the splints of the basket. Morningstar heard the laughter of the little people echo deep within the rocks, for they also play pranks on earth children. And far down the stream she saw the fish leap for joy. And far down the stream she saw the fish leap for joy at being still alive. I'm going to say it again. And far down the stream she saw the fish leap for joy at being still alive. She took up her empty basket and went back to the wigwam. That morning, for breakfast, Morningstar baked corn cakes on hot coals. She ate the hot cakes. She thought they tasted almost as good as the fish. Ever after Morningstar saw the fish leap from the stream, she remembered that the Joga'a had said, fish like Indian girls like to be alive. Now, there's two things that stood out in this story. Y'all, I want to see who's listening. I just really want to see. Let me know what really stood out. I mean, I pretty much gave it to you, but I want to know just to see if people paying attention. And one of them I kind of put out there, where it says fish, like little girls like to be alive. That actually goes with a scripture. If any man is caught slaying an animal, it's like slaying a man, right? Isn't that, I can't remember the name of the scripture, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The Creator said, if any man if any man slays an animal, it's like slaying a man, right? So, just a little food for thought, and y'all can tell me the other one when y'all get time. You know, after y'all finish listening or whatever. And if you want, I'll read some more out of there. And I also have this book, which I think I showed y'all already. Yeah, the Celtic lore. I showed y'all that. And I also have this book, and I'll read this one when I get off. When I get a chance, I get off. This is the Realm of Prester John. This book got some stuff in it, y'all. So I'll make sure when I sit down for a second, I'll get me a quick read in for y'all. But yeah. So I hope y'all really, like, you know, paid attention to what I was just reading. And it's just two pieces in there. One of them I pretty much gave you. You know, it's pretty much is talking about these animals have spirits, and they do live. They're not stupid, dumb animals like these people tend to try to tell us. These creatures that the Most High have emotions and personalities, and they want to live too. Why do you think when animal's being killed or something like that, or when you see an animal being attacked by another animal like a lion or anything like that, why do you think these animals scream the way they do? You know what I'm saying? Out of fear. Why do you think they do that? They don't do that because they happy. They do it because they scared. And they know they're about to die, just like you. So it's the same way you fear to die. These animals, they fear to die too, man. They fear too, but as far like now, so matter of fact, I'ma just say it. I ain't no need for to sit there try to test somebody on something. So the second part is if you notice, they got up in the morning when the sun was rising and gave praise to the Most High. They gave thanks to the Most High for another day. Remember, she said she was running and singing, enjoying life, happy to be alive. How many of us do that? I bet you half of us don't. Cause I know one thing about me. I try to be as honest as possible, and I tell people like I'm depressed, you know, I'm sad and this and that, and well, you know, most of y'all know why I'm in the state I'm in, because of look where we live. Look what they've done. Look at the earth. Look what they have done. Look at the sun. You can't even see the sun. All you see is film over top of the sun. Everything is destroyed and defiled. So I don't have a reason to be happy. You know, the only reason I got to be happy, you know, is the same thing with our brother Big Judah say, just chasing after the Father. That's the only thing you got to look forward to. Because you wake up to hell. They have literally, utterly destroyed this earth. They have. And then you got people like our people, dummies, that run around talking about we did it too. None of us got factories. None of us. None of us own big shipping boats and all these other oil ships and these vessels that destroy everything. We don't own none of that stuff. So all this, we play a part. We don't play a part in nothing. Only thing we play a part in is getting brutalized and deceived and you know, and just used up. You know, I had a sister tell me yesterday, right? Older sister. She said happy holidays, and I told her straight out. I said I don't celebrate that stuff. And she said, what? Why not? I said because they wicked. And you know what she told me? Well, what are you, Muslim? I said no, I'm not Muslim. I said I'm a Hebrew. That's what I'm. That's my nationality, and that's your nationality. You know what she told me? Well, you wicked. She called me wicked. And I said, why? She talking about you. All you need to be doing is loving Jesus. I said, who that? I said, who that? Straight out. You know what I'm saying? She said, you never seen a picture of him? I said, so you want me to love a white man? The same people that brag about putting your people in captivity and doing all this stuff to y'all, to us? That's what you want me? I said, you crazy lady? So she told me I'm a fool, and oh man, she called me every name in the book the other day. And I told her, I said, I guess I'm a fool then. I'll be whatever I gotta be. And she said, this is wrong with you young people. Y'all don't want to listen to nobody. I said, why would I said, who's gonna listen to somebody tell them that they should love and follow after people that literally in your face brutalize, shoot your children down in they back, and they back, and you know, do all this stuff, put us in slums, and it's so much stuff, steal your history, your land, you know what I mean? Oh man, you know, she told me. So after I said that to her, you know what that woman told me? She said, well, we kill each other too. I said, oh my gosh. I looked at her, I said, miss, have a nice day. Just like that, I said, have a nice day. You know, it's sad. It's one thing when you have the enemy throwing your people up in your face, but it's another thing when your own people do it. When your own people turn around and do it too. And the thing is, I want people to understand this. You're not going to die unless the Most High wants you to die. You see what I'm saying? And I'm especially coming from the hands of our people. Everything is in the Father's hands. So there is no Hebrew randomly running up shooting you in your face because he think you got money. Nah, that's all the Father. It's your time. It's time for you to go. Or however you go. Some of us die violently, some of us die other ways. You know? But there is no random killings and all. No. Now they do kill more than what they're supposed to, or they were told at a point to kill a certain amount, and they just went way beyond and above, you know, everything they were told. But at the end of the day, still know this: you ain't gonna die unless the Father wants you to die, and especially now. So for anybody to sit there and say, well, our people killing each other, so forth and so on, and I don't want to get killed, then that means you don't have no faith in the Father. You don't have no faith in him at all. You don't trust in him, and you don't have no faith in him. And that just show you right there, because what I notice is everybody that go to church, that's the first thing come out their mouth. But you love this idol so much, you don't have faith that this idol gonna save you? Or you already know he can't save you. You know what you're doing is stupid. And that's funny that I said that, because that was something that Big Judah brought up yesterday too. He said that as far as in your spirit, you know you're doing wrong. You know it ain't right. You know something's wrong with it. And they know that. All these people in these churches, Islam, they know it's an emptiness. They know it. Because I remember when I was in the church, it was an emptiness. It just didn't feel right. It just felt weird. Like, it just was like, okay, what now? And then and once you get embedded in it, what you start to notice is you're stagnant. You don't go nowhere. The only thing you learn is how to sing songs. Only thing, what do you see come out of churches? Singers. People that sing. That's it. That's the only thing you see come out of churches, or homosexuals. Because a lot of the men are very feminine. I mean, gosh, they super feminine. So, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, if you sit there and say out of your mouth to one of your people that we kill each other, that means you have no faith in the Father, because dying should be the last thing on your mind. And if you do die, then you die in the name of the Father. You die for His word. That's what you die for. You die standing up for His word. That's what you die for. You don't die for being on the corner. You don't die for being in the club. You don't die for anything but His word. That's what you die for. And let's see if you die. Nah, you're not. But these people that are dying, that's because they're wicked. And that's the thing our people don't get. That's wickedness being wiped out. Alright, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Shalom.